Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. I have to test it in a different method here. Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me. All right, cool. I just started it a little bit early, guys. T13 and Manacom. I started a little bit early, just get some guys to come in here. So wait for other people to come in. I have the this poll that I decided to put up right before there. I just want to get a sentiment follow from my followers and not the whole crypto world. See where's coming out. Like 33% say I put a poll. Where do you think Bitcoin will top out? 150K, 33% so far. It's only 12, but 45K, 16. So 30% is 40. So 1/3 of you are about 40, 45K. Another third of you are 33 or 80K, and the other third's up there at the 150K. So you guys, did you vote it in the poll? In the poll, did you guys vote that? T13 or Monocom, did you guys vote in the poll? Where do you guys think Bitcoin is going to top out? Some people getting really, really bullish on Bitcoin and in crypto, guys. Like I said, man, once Bitcoin gets above like 34, 35, 36 in that area, it's time to be cautious, in my opinion. 150K should be ideal. 150K overall, maybe 110. 2025? Yeah, 2025. That would be believable. I'm talking, I guess I should make clarity. The up to 2023. What do you guys think? 2023, say December timeframe, 2023. Where will Bitcoin top out? Where will it be? Smooth operator. Oh yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Won't break its all-time and flippening will have. I say it won't break its all-time high and a flippening will happen. Okay. Flippening to what though? 55K, 48K. Let's see, 48K nuke to 25K. All right, T13, that is believable. 55K. I had a 55K target for Bitcoin, and according to my algos, it doesn't look like it's going to reach that. I think there might be a spike to 48K in December. 50K reasonable. Okay, so you guys are reasonable. You know, there's some people that think it's like going to go straight to 150K from where it is right now. Like it's going to do a little correction and this thing's going to blast off up to 150. My biggest bag is BCH and XMR. I believe one of these two coins has a chance to replace BTC. Damn, man. Smooth operator. Really, man? You think Bitcoin Cash is going to replace BTC? I'll go with XMR, man. But Bitcoin Cash, man, come on, brother. Seriously? You know I'm going to short BCH. I already did it once. I was in a short when it popped up to, I don't know, what was it, 280, 270, 280. So Bitcoin Cash is going to pop again, right? Now I'm going to short it again. So don't dump your bags in when I'm in my short, man. Go ahead and sell a little bit, man, so I can make some gains, and then I'll release my short, and then you can make your gains on your long. Right? Spotty tip comes in August, then it changes the whole narrative. I don't think the spot ETF is coming in August, guys. I think it'll be in like a year from now. No way, BCH. Yeah, I don't know, man. Smooth Operator, why are you bullish on Bitcoin Cash? I mean, have you seen the chart? Doesn't look that great. You must live. You live in Japan? Won't go below $200 again? I was buying around 150, 100. Yeah, but man, if it pops up to 280, man, it goes down to 200, man. That's a serious short, dude. I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't be in the short for that long. Bitcoin Cash is an asset where you got, where you get into that drop, it pops like it's a basketball. It pops real good, boom, 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 and then it'll go down, and you want to get into that section of it. So Bitcoin Cash is a little bit different short. Like Bitcoin Cash is like not one of these ones where you go, oh, I'm going to enter in at 180 and I'm going to put my stop at 182. You'll get stopped out because it's too much of a basketball. You have to put like levels, like you have to level up into the short where you're going to put 180, 185 or 195 and have some more even up there because it could spike up. Whip off possibility of 100K and then 8% crash to 20K to fill the CME gap. That would mean it was a super cycle. You guys really want to know my opinion? I'm going to say this out loud right now. So I think it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's just after 10 o'clock right now. I put the poll on there on Twitter. You guys can see I have the poll, 13 votes. So the majority are saying 150K. No, not the majority. I would say, yeah, the majority are bullish, 80 to 150K, and then 45K, 40K. So some of you are sensible, I think. 80K, 150K. So let me go back to the stream here. I think leverage trading alts is insane. I only leverage trade BTC. I'm currently in a long. What's wrong with using 3 or 5x leverage on an alt, guy? I just did a 13x leverage on Rune token, on Rune coin, from like $1 down to 93 cents or something like that. Yeah, it kind of depends, like you just have to have the confidence in your trade. Please, could you take a look? I'll take a look at those coins for you. Would you swap out Pulse for any of those and swap back, or just long-term hold PLS? That's a good question on this whole Pulse chain thing. The thing is with Pulse chain is the community behind Hex and everything. I think it's just going to we're going to have some sideways action with that stuff for probably some time, I think. And then if Bitcoin goes bullish for a little bit, and then, it might pop up pretty good. Pulse chain is in a very precarious situation because Hex coin has dropped so much. And then the Hex coin on the Ethereum network. And, there were some issues with it. I guess there's some whales that got into a spat or something or whatever. They start playing games. So I don't know, man. I think Pulse chain, eventually you might have to be like it was in the beginning of Hex, like those guys when they first bought Hex, like they sat on their coins for like what, a year or something like that until this thing started taking off. So I think that's what's going to happen with Pulse chain. I don't think it's going to go to zero or anything like that. It's just going to take it a while to get going and get that sentiment back. The sentiment isn't that great right now in Hex community. I mean, for the community itself, the sentiment's pretty good, but like those other, bringing other people in and stuff with the way the market is, people are still very, very sketchy in this cryptocurrency market. They're over the TradFi market. They're probably comfortable now, and they'll definitely be comfortable once the NASDAQ gets up to all-time highs, man. They're going to pile in. They're going to pile in at the wrong time over there. So, birthday today. You got a birthday today too, Lukey? Lukey B's got a birthday. Happy birthday. Where do you see BTC in 2025? Yeah, people like to see these long-term outlooks on Bitcoin. Okay, I've been Crypto. I'm well educated in this space. I know you are a smooth operator. I know I've seen you trade. You're pretty good. You did that. I remember when Bitcoin cashed on the June 22 bottom and it blew up. People don't realize how much development is being made on it. I know that Bitcoin Cash is like really popular in Japan. Like the Japanese love that coin. Thanks, Julius. I will have a nice Sunday. Just want to get on a live stream, start doing live streams like once a week with you guys, try to build a channel. Now, I will make a Discord announcement. Here is a deal. I think we got quite a few people in here. Let me check it out real quick, guys. So here is the deal with Discord, okay? What I'm going to do, because some people had requested that I put in a one-time fee and then you just pay once and then you're in the Discord for the people that originally followed me. I'm going to do that for 1 week. I think I put $225 and that's it. Once you're in into the Discord. And after 1 week, I'm going to change it. It's either $20 a month. I'm going to change it where there won't be that anymore. So I'll give you a week. Or if you miss it, just contact me and we can talk about that. But I'll put that on there, one-time fee, boom, and you're in. So that's what somebody had requested that I do on Twitter. It's like, hey, I just want to pay it once and just be done with it, for your original followers on my channel and stuff. So I thought that was a pretty good idea. So I did it. And once it goes live, I'll have it on there for a week and you guys can join up on that one-time fee. And then that's it. No more fees after that. So what are your thoughts on Quorum? All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, I have this Twitter on here, and I want to go to another screen and stop and go to Bitcoin. Okay, guys. Show you what I'm looking at here on the smart Bitcoin. Let me see. Where is Bitcoin here? Go to Bitcoin on the chart. Show you guys a shorter term time frame. So I made a post on Twitter that I said, hey guys, I was in a short in this area. I exited out of my short because the algos you can see here on the 18-hour. I know it's a little bit messy, guys. These are targets, fib targets, but the 18-hour chart, and you guys can see my chart pretty good, right? Let me make sure over here. Let me go over StreamYard. Boom. Yeah, you guys can see my chart. So over here on the 18-hour, you can see, but on the daily, I'm going to go to a daily chart real quick, okay? The daily is still projecting downside on the algos, okay? But the shorter term time frames, that's why I have 1822. So I go to a 10-hour chart, it's projecting sideways all the way into the middle of August. And then, sideways on the 12-hour. There's still a drop that's going to be coming. It looks like it's wants to go sideways and extend this correction. And I'll actually go out to a 22-hour chart and a 23-hour chart, and they're all those medium-term time frames on the algos are projecting sideways action. So I was in a short right here. I just decided to exit out with a little bit of profit, just said forget it, and then I might enter in back over here and then write this down. I won't write this down the whole way, but I'll just be in here and just go like to right there or something like that because it is a counter trend move, and then you can see probably in this area, it looks like the middle of August that they'll start taking off for Bitcoin, which makes sense too. If any of you guys follow like these 60-day cycles, right? 60-day cycles. Some people follow 60-day cycles. It does seem to make a little bit of sense to me, but like you can see a peak out there about 27, 28 days. And then if you come over to this section, you can see that's about 60 days. It looks like 50, 58, 59, 60, 65 days right in that area, guys. So I think that's going to be an area to pay attention on Bitcoin, okay? So now let's go to higher time frame. Higher time frame on Bitcoin on a weekly chart with the algos. Okay, here's Bitcoin on a weekly chart. You guys can see that, right? You guys can see everything okay? Let me check the good morning. Cheers from Lexington, Kentucky. Cool, man. Aldrin Torres. I used to live in Lawrence, Kentucky. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, just across the river now. So Bitcoin on the long term algos for the weekly chart, which is the dominant algo. And let me put on the fib targets. All right, give you guys an example, man. This fib target. So you can see this projected fib target that it had back in October of 22. So this was going down right here. You can see this drop down with the FTX crash. It had a fib target right here of 25, 28, and as high as 30,477. It came down, boom, and you can see what did it do? It's actually right in that area. And these are the new fib targets on the weekly that it has. These are projections right here, guys. 36, 40,000, and 43, almost 44,000, and projecting out all the way into possibly February of 2024. Okay, so in this area, once Bitcoin's done with its correction, I'm expecting something to pop up there, 31,000, 32,000 potentially. I think there's going to be a bunch of resistance there again. And if it does get over that, then there could be a shot up to 34 to 36K, in my opinion, is what I'd be checking out on a long trade. I'm going to do a long trade, long leverage trade, probably 20x leverage trade on Bitcoin. So my trade will probably be about $500,000 trade. So that's what I'm planning on doing for your Bitcoin. So on the trade, you're going to want to pay attention. To go from here to here on a 20x leverage trade is tough. It's not as easy as people think because you can have a lot of things in here. It's going to make you think it's going to correct and come back down, and you're going to lose all your losses. So it's going to be, I hope it goes to 30, 34 or 36K, but you want to be aware of tags to 31 and 32 in this area. It could get up there and get rejected and double correct. That's what I would be concerned with. Just this whole area in here, guys, right here. This is a really big. These bears right now, man, are on top of this right now. Okay, they were in here short. Bears were shorting. They came back down, and now they're in here again. Okay, and what I think is going on a lot with Bitcoin right now, guys. Okay, not only is it in this massive resistance area, okay, right in this area, and then you have, let's say, 50% of the market is bearish, and they're on top here trying to short this. You have all these folks over here too that bought Bitcoin at say 34 or maybe 50 or 45K. They were over here in the mania, and they're probably selling a lot of Bitcoin over here. They're just like, look, I bought it at 55, and now it's back up to say 32 or 31, and they're like, I don't want to, this doesn't, they're just taking it off the table or a lot off the table. Off the emotional traders that were over here. I'm not talking about long-term Bitcoin holders. Those guys aren't going anywhere. They're going to keep holding their Bitcoin. You have a lot of activity in whales, bigger Bitcoin institutional money here, and maybe even in here too. So it's just a battle going on right here, right now, guys. But I think in the end, the bulls are going to win to break the this resistance level. Okay, that's how I see that. And it'll spike out of there, get bullishness. And then the weekly algos, I'll show you guys something right here. The weekly algos are the dominant algos, okay? They are the dominant algos. Down here, there's going to be a spike. So you see this spike? That doesn't mean the price. That's just the moving average. That's projected on the moving average. But down here in December, there's going to be a spike. The algos are projecting a spike in this area. Probably the reason I think that could be happening is because once Bitcoin gets over 32 and it substantiates, it's well above this whole resistance and it turns it into support, there will be more mania, more excitement in Bitcoin. And this thing could shoot up to, here would be 44K. It could shoot up to 48K and maybe spike up above that. Smooth Operator has 55K. I hope it does it, but 48, maybe a little bit higher. That's what I think is going on with that. So let me go back and see what you guys. Maybe I'm delusional, but I think BC will pump to 37 from here. Too many people are waiting for 27, 28 and are shorting this. You could be right. I agree with you right there. If you are in a spot, if you're doing spot Bitcoin or maybe even low leverage, you probably should consider start moving in a little bit on a long for Bitcoin, especially if it drops down a little bit more. I would just to make sure that you have a position. Possibly micro Detroit Dan. Possible microcycle bottoming coming. Do you think we dip tonight, Greg, or maybe Tuesday, August first today? I just went over that in the beginning of the thing on the shorter term time frames. So what happened with Bitcoin are the 8 hour. So what I do with the algos is I pay attention to the daily, the 8 hour, 10 hour, 12 hour, and I'll actually check 18 and 22 hours. All the 8 to 22 hour charts, they all turn bullish temporarily up until probably the middle of the week. So the algos adjust. Algos adjust. So like algos running assets, right? So once everything turns, they hit certain levels, those algos move quick and then they go bullish or they move, they slip and then they go bearish. And that's what they obviously did last night. Somewhere along the line, something changed where let me go back to this 12-hour chart. That's why I have these lower time frame charts, guys. I look at 12 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. Some people just stay consistent with one chart, but with algos, you can't do that. You can't do that because, here's the 12-hour chart, right? That's the 12-hour chart. Here's the daily chart. It's telling you still going down. But this could go sideways in here, right? It could go sideways all the way over here. But the 12-hour chart and these other charts turn bullish temporarily right here in this area. You see, it's telling me it's going sideways. So I have the 8-hour chart, the 10-hour chart. So I was in a short exit, and I'll maybe wait for over here to get this. Okay. So to answer your question, where is the Detroit Dan? Do you think we dip tonight? Yeah, like given a time frame, man, I have no idea, man. Time frame is especially on short, like tomorrow or the next day, things like that. Like picking that stuff can be tough, man. I mean, things can flip quick. Do you consider liquidity zones open interest in your algos analysis? Yes. Also, fair value gaps, supply zones, which I think is what you mean by liquidity zones. Absolutely. You want to take a look at supply zones. Like a good example of that was Render Coin. So Render Coin was at a top wherever that price was, right? Render Coin was at the top and right above when it. So on my channel with Big Daddy Crypto, who isn't here right now, we were talking about Render Coin back in November and December. Like this is the time to buy it, and the thing shot up. He got into Render Coin, I got into Injector Protocol. Okay, and they had basically the same type of chart. We got into those coins when nobody wanted to get into them, when they thought everything was going down, when everybody said Bitcoin's going to 10K, we were getting into Render Coin and Injector Protocol before it was going to pump. Because I said in November 22, Smooth Operator could testify to this. I said, God candles are coming, and they came. So now Render Coin went into this run, and it was at the top, and then it started getting a traction in the media and in YouTube and on crypto Twitter, and it started, oh yeah, it is a great coin, and it is a good coin. Don't get me wrong, but all coins have to do a correction, right? They all have to do. They're going to go up into a run. They got to do a correction if you want to continue on. So right above that area was a massive supply zone on Render Coin. It went up, it hit it once, and it's going to probably hit it again, and it's going to come down and correct. So it went up to that supply zone, liquidity zone, if you will, and now it's probably in a correction, probably for who knows. It could be 2 months, it might be 4 months, just don't know. But that liquidity, those liquidity zones or supply zones up top above their head, those are really good areas to sell. They like to go up those and then go into a correction. So, which High Block Capital, some YouTubers are using the site to check where most liquidity is. Feel like it's a scam. I looked at it briefly. I don't have the. I think you need a subscription or something to look at it. I didn't have a chance. I think that was the one that I looked at, and they wanted me to get a subscription to look at those levels. Like I could only look at a chart for free. So You know, I don't know. I use sometimes I'll use what is that thing called? Let me check it. I check this thing. What is that thing called? Bookmap. Sometimes I use Bookmap. So seems to be okay. Which cryptos last year people waited for 10K BTC? Yeah, they were. They were waiting for 10K BTC because how the markets work. So here's how the markets work. Okay, that's why it's. I try to get people. So I want to teach a course on the mindset of markets. So people teach. Here's how to trade. What's more important than probably. Well, I don't want to put that. What's more important is being able to um, take look at a market and the sentiment and be able to separate yourself from that and seeing how this game is played. Okay, so you will have the most popular, the loudest people in the market that have like when I say the loudest, not just screaming, I'm just saying they have the most followers. So they have the voice and they're gonna say their voice. So most of the people will be attracted to that voice, okay, because they have the most followers, right? That's just how it works. Most people don't want to be a leader or separate themselves. Everybody wants to be in a group. So if you got 100,000 followers over here on this guy, more people are just going to get attracted to it naturally because that's how human nature is. So if this guy says it's 10,000 BTC back in November 22, most people are going to go with that narrative. And then you can see how the market. So then it doesn't go there, and you can see how all these people waiting for the 10K BTC don't get it. You see the psychological game that goes on. That's usually how it is. So normally you have the loudest for the bulls, and then you're going to have the loudest for the bears, right? So right now we got the bulls on Bitcoin saying 150, 175, 200K. Even Kathy Woods, she keeps raising her target. 1 million. Last year's 1 million, and now it's 1.5 million. She's adding 500,000 to her Bitcoin chart. So you got the bulls up top, and then you got the bears calling for like 10K Bitcoin, and then you have 8K, 3K Bitcoin. Usually, just through common sense, guys, it's going to be somewhere in between. It's it's going to be somewhere in between. It happens every time. It's not going to be the top, and it's not going to be the loudest voices. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? What I'm talking about? So that's never heard of Bookmap. Yeah, Bookmap's okay, man. I don't, Bookmap is not going to turn you into anything exciting. A lot of people that use the S&P 500 or they trade the ES use Bookmap. I've seen some guys use it, so I saw it and I was like, let me go try it for Bitcoin because they had for Bitcoin. But liquidity is important for trading. Like, there's a lack of liquidity in the crypto market, and also a little bit with Bitcoin, and it's liquidity is leaving appears so with Ethereum too, and it becomes harder to trade. And so, like people that day trade, they go look at the order book, they want to see the liquidity. You want that in there because everything's more smooth. So I saw some using Bookmap. Yeah, Andrew Tate said to buy crypto at 16K, and no one listened to him. Yeah, I said to buy Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin at 15,800. 15,800, guys. And I'm gonna get ready for this run too, right over here on Bitcoin. Let me go to a daily chart, okay? A daily chart. Let me put this together for you guys, okay? Here's the daily chart. So here it is in the daily. Algos are projecting the daily algos are projecting, as low as 28.5, maybe down to 28.3 in this area. Okay. So this area, I'll be near the bottom in this area once this is all said and done right here. Okay. And then I'm going to do a run on Bitcoin to at least these levels, 31.2, and then up to that target right there is 12%. Okay. Now that's my theory is that Bitcoin is going to get stuck right there. It's going to be, so you have this resistance up there, guys, and it's going to go up there, right? Now, don't get me wrong; it could blast through there. It could do that, it could do that, but more than likely, it's going to get up there and there's going to be some sort of correction, and it's going to be the same thing all over again. The bear's like, oh, look at that, I can't break through it. And shorts, the bears are going to be up here too, guys. If Bitcoin gets up here and it stalls and it has a peak like this or like this, they're going to be up here too. So you got to realize that you're trading. So I think that, like, unless Bitcoin is going to make, it just makes one of these moves over here, it could shoot through there. And it could, guys. That's the other thing too. I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm prepared for both. So if a leg like that big on Bitcoin, that's 35K, guys. That same leg is 35, 36K. So, there is a shot. There really is a shot that Bitcoin could be down here and just shoot right up to 35, 36K. So my targets are like 30, let me see, 31K right there at 31.8, 32K. And if it's able to get past there, I think it's going to be a straight shot right up to 34 to 36K, guys. Boom, just like that. So here, I'll show you like this. There's a possibility right here like this, guys, where Bitcoin will be in this area, finally come down, bottom out. It could come down lower or higher, so you got to have a strategy down here too. And then it could just start going like this, and it's going to hit, right? And it might go boom, 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 and then shoot out like that. It could do that, okay? So it also could get rejected there too. Let me see what you guys say in the chat. You think we'll revisit $800 to $1,000 area on what? On Ethereum? For 20 monthly simple moving average. I have the 21 on Bitcoin Smooth Operator. I have the 20. I use the 21. I don't use the 20. I use the 21. You use the 20. Let's go right here. Is this what you're right here? The blue line is the 20, 21. Is that right there? Is that what you're talking about? I have it right on the chart. Smooth Operator. Here it is right there. It's coming down to 21 right here. This is the 9. This is the 40. On the monthly, there's no 200 yet. So right here. Geek USA 101. What's up, man? Just out of curiosity, man, why don't you guys use the same name on Twitter as you do on YouTube? I get confused. Like, very few of you use the same name. So I see on Twitter, and then you come over to YouTube, and I think it's a different person. Oh, okay. 20 monthly MA. All right. All right. We'll check that out. So anyhow, let me go to a weekly chart on Bitcoin, guys. Okay. Here's the charts, man. I made a video about this, right? So Bitcoin is going to peak out in February 2024. And I was looking at these charts too, guys. Here you got the total market cap here on the weekly, right? Here's the total market cap on the weekly, guys. And, this is going to be an area to be cautious in this area on this total market cap. So this is all of Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies put together on this total market cap. But it has projections up here and these fib targets from 1.36 trillion to 1.58 trillion. Okay. So this whole thing right here is possibly making a move up here, guys. Okay. And, this is a concerning move right here. Is this a continuation of bull run, or is it going to come down and correct on that chart right there, guys? This section on this is a concerning section on the crypto market cap. Okay. And the total 2, which includes Ethereum over here, guys, is actually less bullish. Okay. It does have upside targets to 657 million and as high as 776 million, or is that, no, excuse me, billion, I mean, for a 40% run. But this whole section right here is definitely concerning, guys. You know, um, of course, there's a bullish case, but there's definitely a bearish case right in this area. This what it is doing in this section. Okay, so these have a lot of proving to do. The others is all the top cryptos except the top 20 on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, I think is how they do that. And then you have this section right in here. You have this move right here, okay? And it's going up for a move like that, hit like 1.33.25 billion for another run up there on the weekly. And then coming right along through there is this 20 moving average to hit that and maybe get rejected off of there, guys. So, like I said, guys, when Bitcoin gets to these numbers, okay? Bitcoin gets up to these numbers, guys, up in here, 35, 36, up into this section. It is time to be cautious, okay? You would not be foolish to be taking stuff off the table in this area with Bitcoin if you have a big Bitcoin bag, in my opinion, okay? You would not be foolish because either way with Bitcoin, if it's coming up in this section and it's going to hit the supply zone or maybe hit that supply zone up there, all the way up there, and it'll hit this and it's going to come down for a pretty severe correction. Okay. So if it's bullish, it's going up into a wave and it's going to come back down into a wave two, or this is one big bear market bounce and it's coming back down to break the low. So that's an area to be cautious. And it's not an area to go to crypto Twitter and believe that this is going to 100K. Think about this reasonably, guys. The NASDAQ, the S&P 500 are going to be peaking out around the same time too, okay? So if you take a look at the NASDAQ chart, you can see it's coming into a topping pattern. It still has a long ways to go, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong with these assets. They got a long ways to go. There's a lot of momentum behind the NASDAQ, and there's a lot of momentum behind the S&P 500. Charts like that just don't roll over and crash. They don't. It doesn't look like that. Those so much momentum, but they're going to continue to trend up all the way into probably longer than Bitcoin. It could be March or April. But once they're done with that trend, they're going to come. They're going to be in that area on the Nasdaq and on the S&P 500, and they're going to go into a correction. And it's been in an uptrend. Think about that, guys. When did they bottom? November, December 22, and they're going to be an uptrend all the way into March of 24. What do you think will come next? Think about it, guys, reasonably. Let's just reasonably think about that. So if the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq they come to a top of that time frame, more or less, and it's going to be down into a correction, what do you think is going to be going on here? You think Bitcoin's going to do a moonshot to 100, 150K while those things are dumping? Probably not. Now, anything is possible. Anything's possible, but I don't think so, guys. So that's why I'm saying, like in this area right here for Bitcoin, whatever you're doing, if you have a big Bitcoin bag, it's an area to be cautious. Okay. It also means and this would include all of crypto too, guys. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about Telegram bots in these niche markets where people are jumping into these, like these type of coins, Telegram bots, things like that. I'm not talking about that. Those are niche things, people doing it, buying them and blowing them up. Pumps, just like Unibot was, guys. $255 was probably the top for a long time for Unibot. So, yeah, using different Twitter handle also. Would be interested in shorting 36K if it happens with Bitcoin. I think the March 2023 BTC more started following gold and stocks. Charts look very similar. Yes, you are correct on that smooth operator. I do agree with you that Bitcoin it's similar, but the trajectory of Bitcoin is still kind of flowing with stocks, according to the algo. According to the algos, the Nasdaq's going to peak Look, it's so far they're projecting like January, February, March timeframe, 2024 for the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500. I think goes out like a month farther, possibly. And look at the algos there on the chart on Bitcoin. It's projecting more or less the same area. So, but gold is gonna. I think gold's gonna go up to break the highs here. Um, I'd have to look at the gold chart for that. So, all right, guys, have any coin you want me to look at? I'll go over a couple coins right now, guys. You want some shit coins or something you guys are looking at? With BTC having bull run could start, or is it just a narrative to trap retailers? That is a good question. Look, the whole the Bitcoin halving thing, I just think it was a coincidence. I think it was a coincidence, guys. Markets are never that easy. I mean, Bitcoin halving, my projections on Bitcoin is that it's going to be peaking in November, not November, but right here. If you go to the chart, Bitcoin's projections will be peaking in February, March area, anywhere from December, February, March, as late as March of 2024, guys. And then it's going to be going into a correction. Maybe this year, March 25. I think this whole halving narrative is going to be not going according to plan for a lot of folks. And personally, in a way, I hope it does like completely just demolish it, get rid of it. Because I'm tired of this. Oh, the halving is coming up. The halving is coming up. Trying to ape into Bitcoin. Won't work 12 years. And I don't think it's going to work this time, guys. So I'm on high alert on the halving. I don't it think about this reasonably, guys. The majority of folks usually are not wrong. Just because it worked every single time, there's no guarantee it's going to work again. Like I said, when Bitcoin is at a top, and if Bitcoin is over 40,000 and it's December 2023 or January 2024, it's definitely time to be cautious, guys. It's time to be cautious. Don't get bullish. Cautious. I'm not saying, oh my gosh, I need to sell everything. I'm not saying it. It's time to just be like little bit cautious. You know what I'm saying? At a top. So DNX USDT. Hey, Greg, can you take a look at TrueBit protocol? Thank you, TrueBit. Yeah, great. Have you ever looked at Epic Cash only on Coin Paprika? No, I haven't looked at Epic Cash. Never even heard of it. Okay, I have Dashcoin. DNX. Let me take a look at DNX here. Let me go here. See what we got. DNX. DNX. DNX USDT on MEXC. Okay, that should be a pretty decent chart. Take a look. Of course, you guys got to look at these charts, man. It's like, geez, of course you could have one of these charts. All right, man. You're probably late to the party on this coin, man. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely bullish, man, on the daily. Let's take a look at this on a 8-hour. Take a look at this sucker. Okay, we got some fib targets up top. Say this is a pivot. It could have started as correction already, man. Another pivot. It's got lower fib targets down here, 33 cents. Yeah, I would say, man, it's not even projected. It's such a young coin. What does this thing do? On the 2-hour, can't really, the 2 hours unreliable. It's just going to say it goes sideways because it's just only the 2 hours only getting this section right here, so it's going to say that. But it looks like to me on this thing right here, it's going to be like this 200 period. I bet it's right here. It could come back down like this section, probably right in this area. It looks like you got 4 or 5 more days, and it might do a shot up there to this area like this, you know. But you're late to the party on this coin. Like something to those dip targets are right up there, guys. So, but let me see, 57 cents up to 80 cents. Wow, that's still pretty good gains. Pretty decent move right there, 35%. But man, I'll tell you what, you want to do 35% on this thing, or what is what, let me take a look at this thing without with the 4 hour. Yeah, these coins, man, they're like this, let me take a fib targets. Let's see what these fib targets are saying on an 8 hour. So it still has higher fib targets up there. You got these lower ones you want to be careful of, but there's higher fib targets, 98 cents, and as high as $1.17. It might not be done. I think it's going to come over. I already hit the 40 on the 8 hour. Just be checking the 90-day average. It's already gone through the 20. I would be a little bit cautious in this area, man. It looks like right here, then back up to these areas again, and then it could do another correction over here to come hit these moving averages and then continue on this trajectory. Looks like that's what it wants to do to me. So, you know, let me see. Sea War. Oh my gosh, that coin is still around. I had that in my list a long time ago, man. Sea War was that gaming token on the Solana network, and it was a cool ass coin, man. You know, cool ass coin. I thought this thing would have cry war. Probably KuCoin, right? Probably KuCoin would be your best beer right here. Let's take a look at this thing. It's got enough history to give us. This thing looks like a shit coin, guys. Yeah, it's just going down. It's a daily chart. Daily algos are projecting nowhere but down. This is the one you want, right? Sea War, Cryo War, right? Sea War. Yeah, that's it. I remember I was in this coin over here. I was in this coin over here, guys. Yeah, right in this area, and it was up, and then it started rolling over. I remember that. Yeah, I was in this coin over here, and it pumped up here, and then it started rolling over, and I escaped the this right here. I escaped it. I didn't have much into it, so um, I was, I mean, it had a cool coin, but like this coin, man, is like let me go to maybe a higher time frame chart. Look at a 3 day because it does have a lot of data. I'm surprised this thing's still around. Let me see here. It already broke that low over there. You see the moving averages, okay? Any bit of bearishness in Bitcoin, any bear market comes along, you know, um, this is not an investable asset at this point. You can trade it on some possible bounces, but I would think the bounces on something like this would be pretty feeble unless some whale has a plan to come in here and buy this and then, play a game and make a bounce out of there. But that coin, I would stay away from that coin. I would stay away from that coin. Look, that's pretty unhealthy. Do you know what this coin reminds me of? Polkadot ecosystem, like Karura and Moon River, all those Polkadot ecosystem coins, man. They all look like the Niagara Falls. Arbitrum is about to explode. Nobody's talking about it. Arbitrum is overrated, in my opinion. It's kind of like don't get me wrong, the chain's pretty decent, but the market cap is so high already. It's like that coin. What is that other coin? Let me go to this list. Let me go to this list over here. What is that coin called, man? The Korean coin. You guys know what I'm talking about? The Korean coin. Aptos. Aptos. It's like Aptos. Okay. Aptos might be a cool chain, But you know what Aptos did? You know what Aptos did to you guys? The VCs basically, the market cap is so high where your retail people that want to get it in on the exchange and make money on Aptos, they screwed you guys. They screwed you guys. That's how I look at Aptos. Check again your next coin. Just hard by Unity Optimics on ZK rollup. OPR BT. Yeah, I've changed on all smaller cap cryptos. Any pumps on smaller cap cryptos, unless the chart looks really, really good, get out. Okay, get out of those coins. So that's my take on it, guys. Bitcoin is going to be going up to a top. It's going to be in a topping process for the rest of the year, guys. Um, Ethereum, you know, if Ethereum hits 2100, man, I would take profits massively on Ethereum if it's 2100, 2200, guys. Ethereum is starting to look weak. The liquidity is leaving Ethereum, even though people have their charts like, look at all the money's going to Ethereum. No, it's not. No, it's not. CRU, Crust Network. Crust Network is probably going to go into a pump. I'll go to Crust Network. Let me check it out. It's going to go into a pump. I think that's one that's going to do a pump. CRU. Let me check that out. CRU is going to do a pump, I think, guys. Let me check it out. Yeah, Cryo War, man. What a daily chart. Yeah, it's going to do a pump. What did it do? Did it freaking wick down there? Yeah, it did. What is this on? Yeah, it wicked all the way down there. It's going to do a pump. That'll be your exit on this thing. The cryptocurrency market, guys, these smaller cap cryptos. Here's your pump right here. Nothing, probably a meager pump for 15, 20, probably come up, hit that daily, that 200 period moving average, get 20%. If you're in it, get out of it. Okay. A lot of smaller, look, guys, a lot of smaller, when I say BTC is pumping again already? Come on, man. It's at 375, 29, 375. Coins like Solmatic Near will be good investment. Not right now. I don't think so. I think Sol and AVAX, I did a video on that. Matic has a pump going into when Bitcoin is going to pump into October, possibly end of September. I don't know the time frame. Just it's generally speaking. Then Matic's going to pump up. It looks like it might hit 90 cents or $1 or something like that, and it's going to roll over, in my opinion. Sol and AVAX, I just made a video on that. I think that Sol and both AVAX are in a connector wave. I explained that on a video. It all has telltale signs of a connector wave, and they have a good shot of rolling back over. I would not buy Solana I would not buy Solana right now. I would not buy that coin right now. It's probably going to roll over. Now, it could pump to $30 or $35, okay? But it's gonna roll over. It's at risk of coming down to new lows, guys, in my opinion. So Solana and AVAX are not looking healthy. So BTC heading to your 29.6 short entry. Yeah, I know. I've taken a look at Bitcoin right here, guys. So you guys keep talking about a pumping, man. Like, come on, man. We're crypto, guys. We're crypto, man. This is no pump. It's like pump, like a pump on Bitcoin to me. I think the pump is like at 29.3 and it shoots up to like 31. I'm like, that's where I'm identifying a pump. Let's check this out, guys, on a daily. We go to a 12-hour chart right here, guys. Okay, so I go to a 12-hour chart, all right, and it might pump over there, huh? 29.6. So check it out here on a 12-hour chart. The algorithm projecting all these things went sideways on me, man. So I'm looking at over here. 12-hour chart, probably coming right over that 40 period moving average. bore people out of the market, right? More people out of the market, hit it right over here. Think about this from a psychological point of view, right? Your everyday investor would think that's the bottom. And they have a good case for that because that is a fair value gap and it's getting out of there. This was pretty decent long trade up to here, maybe over here. But I bet more than likely this is just a bore them out of the market, bore them out of the market, get people really, really bored. I'll wait for another, looks like it could be another week of this guy, sideways crap, and watching paint dry, and then boom, right? That's how it likes to do, man. Slow sideways action, and then slow sideways action, bore people out of the market, stop paying attention. You're like, forget it, man. I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. I'm going to go do something. And then next thing you know what happens, Bitcoin does, boom, it goes down or it goes up. That's it. That's how it goes, isn't it, guys? Belo, Hedron. Okay, BT shortly. Grab something to eat. That CR2 wick. Yeah, just exit Julius, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, not financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know, man. Please chart True Break protocol. Thank you, Mr. Smith. I'll take a look at TrueBit. TrueBit I've looked at before. And Lukey B, Hedron. Okay, look, guys. Here's the deal with Hedron. Hedron is so simple. It's so simple. Don't buy Hedron yet, okay? I'll show you Hedron coin. This Hedron coin. All right, here it is over here. The Hedron coin. Let me go to a daily chart, right? So on the daily chart, the algos are predicting that Hedron is going to do like a flat move. I'm calling it a flat move. But let me take a look at this right here, guys. Okay, you guys can see my chart, right? Yeah, you guys can see my chart. So here's the deal with Hedron, right? All right, so it's on this 921 and 40, so it's below it right now. Okay, it came down below it. And you can see these are fib targets that are up. Don't be surprised. It could come down here and then whiz back up. So all you have to do with the Hedron coin right here, right? So this will probably be a flat move. That's the reason why it's going up like this. So Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to bottom probably, let's say, in this correction, somewhere between now and the middle of August, right? And then Bitcoin projected to go on a run to, let's say, 34, 35, maybe 36K, maybe it hits 40K. I don't know yet, right? So in the meantime, Hedron's going to do this move potentially. And all you got to do is just come over here and get your 9-period moving average. Once you see this 9 slice right through that 21 and the 40, and it stays right above there, in this section is where you enter. Don't do it now. Don't do it now, because what could happen? It just go like this, right? In this section, you'll see it. So don't get greedy. Just wait for it, get confirmation. And then what you will do is just ride the railroad tracks up. Ride the railroad tracks up, and that's it. That's as simple as I can get it. You have to wait for Hedron to get up there, guys. If it doesn't get up there, then this is not going to work. It's not going to work. But if you want me to go off my feelings, my gut is telling me this might work. This might work. And you're looking at let's say you get in right here, right? Let's say you entered in right there at that number, whatever that number is, and then you ride this up, and it's gonna go higher than that area. So you'd be looking at 5, 6, 7x potentially. And if you're in it right now, if you're in Hedron, okay, and you're already there, let's say you got a bag of Hedron, right? You have a bag of Hedron, and you get into that, you're already in that. Look, I'm going to encourage you to sell up there, okay? Sell some of that portion, if not all of it, okay? Because Bitcoin is going to go to a correction. You can see it's projecting to do another correction, guys. And I think this is a flat. This is not going to be wave 1, 2. I don't think it's going to be a 1, 2. So you want to sell it, get your 10x, make your gains, and move on to the next one. Another guy was looking at Hex. Hex is in the same position too, guys. Okay. So Hex has dropped so much. Hex has dropped so much that it's due for a bounce. It's due for a bounce, right? So here you go. Look at that. On the daily chart, Hex is probably going to make its way over to the 200 simple moving average right over there, guys. More than likely. What is this? Yeah. So you can see a 2% Hex. 2% hex. Hex is due for a bounce, guys. Think about this. It's reasonable to think, right? Let me turn off these fibs, right? So Hex has done this drop. Look at this thing. Boom. Right? So Hex has done this drop all the way back down. That's 94%. Holy crap. 94% drop, guys. So you think about this. It's reasonable to think that it's going to do a retrace. They don't go down in a straight line, right? So here it is, retrace daily. Let's take this off on a regular. Boom. Let me see. It's not going to work with Hex. It's too volatile. So if it does on a logarithmic retrace to 382, simple. Hex is going to go from 0.008 more than likely to 2 cents. And Hedron's going to that probably means that Hedron's going to do that pump. So nothing fantastical, 150% return. Okay, on 150% on that Hex, guys. All right, what is the other call? TrueBit protocol. That was the other. What is the deal with fib time zones? Are they even remotely useful? Okay, I've played with them, man. I have found nothing in my past experience where these freaking fib time zones can work. I found that fib time zones get people more in trouble than they do without even using them, because how long something's going to stay in a correction. You know, the theory is that if wave 1 takes this much time, then wave 3 should take this much time. And dude, I've seen it where this wave 1 could take this long and this could take this long. And I just said, forget it, man. I have no idea. The only thing that seems to be a little bit reasonable when it comes to time is that Bitcoin seems to go somewhat in cycles. Bob Lucas has picked it, the 60-day cycle. And it kind of seems to be, it's not always exactly 60 days. It could be 38 days, 45 days, or it could be 65 days or 75 days. So getting time down, if you can figure out a way to get time down with any asset class, you'll turn into like a god, literally a god, because nobody can do it. Nobody can do it. So that's the whole thing. Like, people ask, like, well, what's your time frame on something? You know, an asset can go up into a wave, and it can go into a correction for 3 years, or it can be in a correction for 6 months. There's no way to be able to determine that, guys. So, unfortunately, I think that no problem. You be able to appreciate that. I hope the Hex coin can finally, do something out of there. But I'll tell you what, it's not looking good for that coin right now, guys. But TrueBit protocol. I have TrueBit protocol. Take a look at that now, too, guys. You guys want to look at TrueBit? Pretty sure it's in my list because I've looked at it before. I thought it was in there. TrueBit protocol is in. Let me check it. TrueChain. What is up with this coin, man? Is it True TRU? Is this it? What did I just do? Oh, that's compared to BTC. Hold on for a second. Is this it? True Finance? I'm trying to figure out what is this spot crypto TrueBit protocol. TrueFi. Is this right? Hold on for a second, man. Can you throw something in the chat? Am I on it? Thanks for the answer. Really appreciate that. Can you, the guy, the TrueBit guy, who is that? To buy Hedron, you buy it on Uniswap, Aldrin. Buy Hedron on Uniswap. Who's that TrueBit guy? Where is that? Trying to find that, guys. TrueBit protocol, Mr. Smith. All right. What is its ticker? I got two True Bits though. True Fi. Let me take a look at this. Hold on for a second, guys. Let me take a look. TrueBit. Let me find out. I know I've looked at this coin before a long time ago. TrueBit. TrueBit Protocol. TRU. TRU. So it's not TRUFI. Let me get rid of that. Let me see here. TrueBit. Let's see if it comes up like that. Against Ethereum, TRU1, TrueBit. There we go on MEXC. Maybe I haven't looked at this. Does that look right there, Mr. Smith? TrueBit, TrueBit Protocol. Is this all of the chart, man? This is probably not all. Okay, yeah, there we go. TrueBit Protocol. This doesn't look like a healthy chart, man. Why would you be screwing with this thing? You can see, I just my first glance at it, guys. You can see right here, it's 20 period moving average. Come up, test it, test it. You can see that this is like a bounce. So you can see here, came back down in this section, bounce right here, you know, and then this section right here, and then you can see it's just playing with the 200 period moving average down here on the daily. I would not expect anything fantastical with this for probably a period of time. Looks like it wants to go over there, test it, and it's going to get rejected off of it. So it doesn't look good. Now I don't know if I have all the data that I'm missing something over here. Maybe there's a wave over here and it's just in a correction. But in the meantime, man, I could just tell by looking at the overlapping waves. You can see here this is a bounce. You can tell like right here how that's structured. I can tell by looking bounce back down right here. You can see so here's another one. You see this move right here. These are bounces. It went like this and then boom, right? And it's back down, went back like this, boom, and it's back down, coming like this, boom, and it's back down. Probably do it again, boom, get rejected. So that's what it's doing. It's doing like the bounces are getting smaller too. On TrueBit Protocol, the bounces are getting smaller. You can see bounce, pretty big bounce, bounce, bounce. Now, if you're trading it, different story, but you should be easier to trade and a bounce, and then you can see it's like a basketball. So the market has no interest in it right now. There's no interest in it. So unfortunately, not financial advice. I would go look somewhere else personally. You know, that's what I would do, Mr. Smith. VET looks weak. Raymond, I haven't seen you for a while. What do you think of Pepe? Pepe, it's an overrated meme coin, man. Well, I wouldn't say it's an overrated meme coin. I mean, like you got into Pepe early, you made a lot of money. But now, what's the market cap on Pepe? Let me take a look at the market cap on Pepe. What is that thing at now? Pepe. I'll take a look at it on my phone. It's at number 79, so I know it's up pretty high. Market cap on Pepe is 558 million. It's at number 79. So I would say with Pepe coin, if it has a flood of liquidity and the meme coins go crazy, a 2x, maybe $1 billion market cap. But to start talking about $2, $4, $5, $10 billion, Bitcoin and Ethereum and the crypto market needs to explode for all that to happen, guys. Think about that. You really think all of these guys are going to get together, these whales are going to get together to have all this 10 million, 20 million, all this other stuff compiling into Pepe to blast it up? They can do it when it's real low. You can't, like where it is right now, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Does that make sense? So now VE token, VET token. VeChain, VeChain. A lot of people are bullish on VeChain. I'm bullish on VeChain, man. Let's make gains. Look at that Unibot, guys. Hey, I hooked you up, man. I told you that 255. Sell it. I bet some of you guys didn't sell it, did you? I know, man. You know, people don't realize how difficult selling can be if you don't have selling. Buying a crypto is actually when it's bullish. Like buying a crypto to me is actually not as bad as actually selling crypto. So it's funny how that works, isn't it? Selling cryptos is actually stressful. Hey, I just made some gains, man. Yeah, but you start thinking, oh, I just missed a 5x. Or sometimes you feel good, right? You sell your crypto and then it rolls over and you're just like, oh wow, man, I'm a hero, man. Look at that. I saved myself from the wrath of the downcline, the decline. So here we go, VeChain, guys. Let's go, VeChain. VeChain, I was starting to get bullish on it in this section. It made a pretty good run on VeChain, guys. But now that we have more data, we know what VeChain did. Okay, so think about this reasonably. Here's VeChain, okay, and it made this move, right? It came up and made this move. This is a pretty good move, right? This is a pretty decent move on VeChain. 100% move. So you doubled your money if you got it down here and did that. And now it came over here, broke the low. Most people that want to get creative with your chart will say, "Oh, this is Wyckoff, guys. It's Wyckoff. It's a Wyckoff. It came back down, took it out, and now it's going to explode." Right? Um, Maybe it could have done that. It could have done that, but so far it's not saying it's doing that. The most important thing you have here with VeChain, guys, in my opinion, it's very, very simple. It's very simple. The charts are simple. The 200 period moving average on the daily. Simple moving average, guys. Okay. Came up, tested it, it broke through there. Okay. And it's back through. Now it's down back below it. And while it's bearish, it's gonna stay below that simple moving average. Okay. And the algos are projecting that VeChain is going to go over there and test it. So people are not excited about VeChain. If this works out, guys, so if this works out on VeChain, right? So here's VeChain on its move. All right, let me get this chart clear. And that looks like a corrective move, guys. You see this? This is what it looks like. Boom. You see that those moves. This happens in crypto so much. It gets people so bullish. Okay, because cryptos love to do these moves. This move back down and then boom, it just does that move like that. And that does look bullish, right? But it's projecting. Algos are projecting on the daily. It's going to go sideways. Let's see if I get a higher time frame, a 2-day chart on VeChain. Not looking good, guys. That's not looking good, guys. Um, so here we go. Let me get rid of this stuff. Okay. So here we go. Look at this on VeChain, guys. Here's the 200 simple moving average on a 2-day. It looks like it's going to come over and test it. So here it is, August. Here's August, the late August, a little bit of an area. That'll probably do that, and it looks like it's going to go roll over. So I wouldn't be surprised over here on VeChain if you see something like maybe even a pop up there with people bullish, and then it'll roll over. This whole section on VeChain, guys, is like, what did it do? I mean, like like, if somebody says, here's VeChain's chart, like, look how bullish it is. They're like, I'd be like, okay, stop smoking the freaking crack, man. I mean, let's get real here. Like, look at that chart, man. Like, this you can maybe make a case for, okay, maybe it did. Okay, so now that cleared it up, broke the low. Now we here have a case that maybe it got bullish, but actually that cleared that up, broke the low. And now we're going to be over here. I bet you right over here, man. If VeChain pops up to, what is that, 0.028? Oh, look at VeChain is bullish again. That right there would be a sell. That right there would be an exit for you on VeChain. So if you're looking at VeChain, I would be paying attention in late August, early September, or something like that to see if it's in your VeChain, and consider if you have a big bag, long-term holder, depends on your strategy. I'd be looking at probably an exit out of there, so you don't get involved into a dip down to possibly 13 cents or 0.01 cents or something like that on VeChain, guys. So VeChain is still below that 200 period moving average over there, guys. That's the other thing is too. Just pay attention to that, really. Right now, while they go bearish, it's going to use that 200 simple moving average as a trend line on the way up and on the way down, guys. It's really, really that simple. Um, you see right here, once it went bearish or bullish, it got above it, dipped below it, and it went bullish, guys. And now it's testing it, and it's doing a little test along there. It tried to go bullish over here, and you can see that it made a failed attempt. As a matter of fact, um, you know what? This move is probably like this. I would say, man, this is a crazy move, man. What did it do here? I would say, what did it do? Somehow this became a flat, probably, guys. Somehow that became a flat like that. Somehow this became a flat. It was a flat move. That's why it went up so aggressive. It was kind of like Veracity coin and what was the other coin I was looking at that did that? There was another coin that did it too, guys, and just shot up like that, real aggressive, get everybody bullish, and now VeChain's over here. So I don't, you're just gonna have to wait for VeChain to bottom out. You have to wait for VeChain to bottom out, man. It's struggling to bottom. You want to see if it's gonna hold on to that low right there, that 13 cents low over the next few months. Okay. All right. That's how I was looking at VeChain, guys. Like I said, here, look at Oja. KDA. You want me to look at KDA? You really want me to look at that chart, man? Adrian, you want me to look at KDA? Come on, man. KDA, man. Everybody's so bullish on KDA, but you know what happened? Nobody bought KDA. They didn't buy KDA because they're too scared to buy it. So it just keeps on following. They're not buying it, they're selling it. They're selling KDA. Look at that KDA chart, man. This thing, man, is going to round trip. KDA is going to round trip. Wherever it started, it's where it's going back to, it looks like, guys. Look at that on a daily chart. All the algos are down. It's down, down, down for KDA. All the algos are down. It's just going to round trip. KDA is going to be like Kusama and round trip it, guys. I mean, that's a reality. This is a reality crypto show. It's going to round trip. There you go. It's going to round trip. Don't tell me cryptos can't round trip. Plenty of cryptos round trip. They're called pump and dumps. And it looks like KDA possibly could be one. It's going to take it a long time to get down there potentially, but this is just going to, man, I don't know what to tell you about KDA, man. I can't even make up hopium on this chart anymore. I can't even make it's not even giving me this, and it's not even giving me this anymore. Look at the bounces are getting more feeble as time goes on. So all these, they're selling that. It came through here, sold that, came through here, they're selling that, and they're getting more and more and more feeble because the losing it. No buyers, and the sellers are just eventually going to not be around, or just whoever's there are going to wait for it to go to zero. So you got to wait for KDA to bottom out, man, at the end of the day. All right, man? Do not play with KDA unless you like losing money. Okay. Okay, guys, here is the deal on the cryptos, all right? I know most people don't want to hear that. I have 20 followers. 40 of you probably will do pretty well. Any of these coins right now, think about this reasonably. Bitcoin is going up into a top, right? Possibly. Somewhere right around between 34, 36. It might hit 40 or 44K, maybe even 46K. I really don't know, but we know it's going into a top. Ethereum is showing signs of a little bit of weakness. It could pop up to probably 21, maybe 22 or something like that. But it is showing signs of weakness, and Ethereum is losing liquidity. Folks, on that last top. So you see if Ethereum made one top and then made a lower high, that top over there was a lot of selling going on. So with that said, more than likely the crypto market with Bitcoin and Ethereum is coming into some sort of local top in the end of this year. So these altcoins, some of them will be able to pump good. Not KDA that you see that chart. I mean, maybe there's a miracle. It would have to be a miracle for that thing to pump, but these coins are going to pump, and that is going to be your exit. Okay. It will be your exit on any of these coins, guys. Now, some of them, I'm not including these Telegram bot or whatever coins are going to be next to pump. Okay. So there'll be a small niche group of coins that'll be out there pumping because they're a very small market cap. I'm not including those coins, okay? Those are different. I'm talking general crypto market for some of these coins that have pretty decent sized market cap of 10 million and up or something like that, like VeChain or Velo coin or something like that. All the coins of that nature, most all of the coins, very few of the coins, and my algos have all flipped and they're all going bearish. Okay. So I have to go with the algos, guys. I have to go with the algos. That's the period. They're all flipping, going bearish. Um, so I'm like, why is this happening? I'm looking at the data. Well, Bitcoin's going up, Ethereum's going up. I'm looking at other data points. I'm going, wait a second, there's a top coming up, and and another theory that I have is that a lot of people in crypto that are still here in crypto, or been here since June of 22, they're tired of the sideways action. And they're just like exiting out on a pump and just saying, forget it. It's not going bullish. You're not going to hear that on YouTube, and you're not going to hear that on crypto Twitter. But that's really what your average everyday probably person that's in crypto is doing. Like, say, for example, Illuvium, right? You could have bought Illuvium's bottom in November 22 at say $40 and it shot to 110. Where's it at now? And round trip back down to $40. Okay. So unless you're a trader, and most people are not traders, guys. Most people are not traders. They want to be able to buy and hold and watch this thing go to the moon. Like Facebook did. Okay. Facebook went from 90 to $300. That's what most people want to do. They want to buy, hold, and go to the moon. And the small cap cryptos are not really doing that right now. Now, that's not to say somewhere in the future it could do that. But like, how long are we going to hold on to these coins, right? Are we going to sit here and go sideways for another, say, 6 months, a year, 2 years? We don't know yet, really. Okay, nobody really knows. So how long are you going to go sideways with your coin? So that's my theory on it, and that's why I'm saying like this data and information I'm giving you guys. Why I'm saying like any of these coins do significant pumps, it's your exit liquidity. More than likely, it's your exit liquidity because they're probably going to roll back over, guys. So unfortunately, I don't want it to be like that, but I gotta, you gotta take what the market gives you. If the market is going to give you, a pump and it's just going to correct, right? And continue to go bearish, you have to go with what the data is giving you, not what crypto Twitter says. They're wrong. They're wrong. Think about this, right? I explained this in the beginning of my video. The markets are very confusing, but simple. You have to look at it with a simple mind. You have the bulls that will say Bitcoin is going to 150K, and then you have the bears that say Bitcoin is going to 3K, 8K, or whatever they come up with. It's never going to be that one. That's always going to be wrong, and it's never going to be the bottom of the barrel. That's always going to be wrong too. The truth is going to be somewhere in between. And see, the thing is, the 150K Bitcoin does not sell, does it? So if I go make posts about 150K Bitcoin, say, yeah, hey, Bitcoin's go to 150K. By the way, if you like and retweet, I'll send you $100, 100 USDT, right? That gets all the freaking likes. That gets all the likes. Or if you make a post that Bitcoin's go to 10K, right? Like this no profit blue guy, he's still out there, man. Coming up these trend lines and charts, and boom, it's going down to 10K. Elicits some emotion. It's always in between, guys. Every time. It's never the top and it's never the bottom on any of those messages in the market. It never is. It's always in between. So it's really that simple. You have to just look at it like from a grade school, how a grade schooler would look at the markets, really. Instead of trying to make it all complicated, right? It's kind of like taxes, right? Our taxes are very, very complicated. So the CPA is going to sit there and go, I have this knowledge in taxes, man, and you can't do anything with your taxes without me. Right? Or you could buy software. Because what do? They don't know anything about taxes. They're just plugging it in the software, right? I asked my tax professional some questions about this. He's got to go look it up, just like I got to go look it up. All they're doing is throwing it in the software, right? Boom. Same thing. Simple. Just it's the simplicity. Maybe that's a bad example, but that's usually how life works. So what do you think about Sol Alpha One? I made a video on Sol and AVAX, and you want my honest opinion on it? If you see Solana go to 35 to 32, maybe even $40, maybe get lucky up there, it's gonna be time to exit. That's going to be your exit liquidity because it's going to roll back over. Oh, matter of fact, I'll go over the Solana chart. I know some of you guys are thinking, "What's up with this guy, man? Is he smoking crack?" No, I don't smoke crack. I don't smoke crack. I'm just really good at reading markets. I'm the best in the cryptocurrency space probably right now, in my opinion. Let's see here with Solana. All right, so I'm seeing the chart. I'm gonna look at Solana here. What's up with this chart, man? Okay, yeah, here we go. It's just taking its time to populate, probably because I'm on live streaming, taking some time. So here's the deal with Solana chart. Okay, I'll go over the basic on charts right here. Okay, looking at waves. Okay, so one of the things that I do is I like to look at wave structure, not from an Elliott wave, but I like clean waves. I mention this all the time. Like nobody mentions this in crypto really. I heard about it in traditional finance, but people don't do it. They don't care. If it's an ugly ass chart, they're like, oh yeah, it might pump over here. They don't even care. But clean waves means you have a nice asset, kind of like Solana over here, right? When it was over here, you can see nice clean waves, and it came over pretty clean waves. Now you're starting to get into a mess. It's not that bad right now with Solana, but it's a lot better than the XRP chart or the Tron chart. Okay, I put it to you that way. But so now in this area, so now we're talking about this area. So Solana went up in its peak November 2021. It was the star of 2021. You know, this was the hero, and then it came over here, and now we're in this section. Okay, so with Solana right here, okay, the first thing I was talking about this in November of 2022. Okay. I was talking about this. I said, guys, this is right here. This wave, Gala did it. Um, Solana, AVAX, a whole bunch of assets did it. They made a bottom and they came out of their bottom and made an aggressive wave, just like I pointed right here on Solana. And it came back over here to June of 23, and now it's doing a shot over here. Okay. I mentioned this over and over in my videos. Nobody pays attention to my videos. Not a big deal, to be expected, because I'm not saying 150K Bitcoin, and I'm not saying 10K Bitcoin or 5K Bitcoin. So I'm in the middle, so nobody cares, right? That's just how it works. That's just how the markets work. So I was mentioning in my videos, guys, you want to pay attention to this wave. How long is it going to correct, and what's it going to do over here? Because that's going to give you a clue what Solana is doing on this wave structure. And it does appear, in my opinion, that this is going to be a connector wave for Solana. There's a really good shot that Solana right here is making a connector wave over here to connect this whole freaking thing over here, guys. Okay. This was the downtrend. This is the connector wave, and it's probably going to continue into this trend right over here. Okay. The only way you're going to know for sure if Solana is not doing that is this wave right here came back down. It's going back up, and then you have another one over here, and it goes back up again. Okay. Either way, this area on Solana will be your exit liquidity, and it's going to retrace, at least come back down to that 200 moving average on the daily, if not come below it, and then get back out of there. It's really going to be that simple. So if you see that, let's say it hit 34, 35, you see it get up higher than there. So far, the algos are saying there might be a little bit of a shot. It might get up there. So it's still technically in an uptrend according to the algos. So it might hit those numbers. I definitely think it's going to be exit liquidity, and you have a really good shot that this could be a fake out right here. This could be a connector wave, ABC wave right here. A, and then the amount of time that this took, that's a long time for a second wave. Not to say it's impossible. And then if this was a third wave, guys, if this is a third wave, this thing would be doing like that. Okay. Now that's not to say that Solana can't be doing, here's a first wave, second wave, here's a first wave, second wave, and then it's going to do a shot out of there. Either way, an exit right there would be smart. I'm not saying everything, but 50%, 25%, an exit right there at $35 would be a smart move. Okay. So, but now let me go to the algos. What are the algos predicting here with Solana? Though? Let me take a look. See the algos are going to tell us. Yeah, it looks like a peak and then coming down into a retrace into the rest of the year. So these charts all make sense to me because Bitcoin is supposed to be going up, in my opinion, according to the algos, from sometime in the middle of August, sometime from now to the middle of August, somewhere, and then maybe into late September for a month, 6 weeks, something like that. And that time, Solana will be going up. Okay, Solana will be going up. It doesn't look like much. It looks like it did most of its move right here, and then maybe one more move like that, and then it looks like it wants to do a correction after that, guys. But this is like, I can't believe people don't look at this and thinking this is a concern. Like, hey, no big deal, man. It's bullish, man. Come on. I mean, that looks like a perfect ABC right there. An ABC move. Not only that, let me show you guys something here too. Let me go to my indicators. Favorite indicators right here. Relative strength index. I'll just hold on for a second, guys. Let me remove these indicators. I'll show you something here on Solana. Another clue that's a corrective move. Okay, I'll show you something right here on the daily chart. Very simple. You see that RSI and you see that peak? You have a peak right there on that wave, and then it came up over here, and you have a peak on that wave. Okay, so here's this trend back down. It's probably going to come back up, giving you bearish divergence right here, telling you you're going to have that correction. But the thing is right here is your peak, and right here is your peak, and you have divergence. Telling you more than likely what Solana is doing right there. Excuse me. Telling you right there in that section what Solana is doing right there on the daily, mind you, this is a daily, is it's doing a move there, a corrective move to retrace that, according to this. Now, the only way that would not work is it needs to come down and take that divergence out and get higher than that. But see, there's a big issue with that. That went so high, right? Like it did over there when Solana was bullish. You see, when Solana was bullish, how high that went, and then this one went that high, and look how little it moved. Just like there's bearishness written all over this move right here, guys. It's bullish going up and to the right, but the move in itself overall is bearish. Okay, in my opinion. So I think Solana probably is going to go roll back around, guys, once it's done with this whole move that it's doing in here, and it's going to roll back around and probably going to break these lows of $7 or $8. Okay, so that's what I would think. You got to move right here, and it gets up to this area. That's your exit liquidity. Telling you, man, take some off the table, man. Okay, does that answer your question? Oh, I actually don't have a Solana bag, but I want to know there are regions where it can be a good buy. Not now. I would say not. Well, it depends on what you want to do with it, man. Like it all depends. So some people took Solana down here and bought this right here, this dip right down here. So if you're doing a trade on Solana at $22 or $23 and then riding it up to say 30, that was a good buy. But now that's a short-term swing trade. So I'm under the assumption, do you want to buy it for like a long-term hold, like into the next bull run? It's not ready yet, in my opinion. So I would just be careful where it is right now, guys, with Solana. All right, guys, I've been on this live stream for an hour and 30 minutes. I actually was going to say I was going to do 45 minutes. I did twice as long to go over these things. So, Alpha One, welcome to the channel. I don't know who you are or if you're a different person on Twitter, but that's my take on Solana. Now, look, here's the thing. I want to let you guys know. I am bullish when it's supposed to be bullish. Like, I was the person in November of 22 telling most people that God candles were going to be showing up in the cryptocurrency market. And I was right. I was right. There was God candles all over the place. Bitcoin did a moonshot. Did a moonshot in June of 22. I called that thing too. Now it's just the opposite, guys. Everything is pointing towards everything being a bounce, and it's time to be cautious and don't ape into like coins, unless you're a trader and you know what you're doing into the smaller cap cryptos. This is more my message is more directed to people that are looking for a long-term investment in cryptocurrency space. Okay, not traders. Traders are a whole different story, right? Traders like myself, I'm in. I'm going to sell at the top and get out. So like I'm going to trade Bitcoin from say 28,000 to 36,000. So that's what I do. Greg, you should connect with Shrey of Shrey TV. Similar outlook but different techniques. Shrey of Shrey TV. I've never heard of that guy. Whoa. Similar outlook but different techniques. I never heard of that guy. Who Shrey of Shrey? What Shrey of Shrey TV is that? Are those like two people, brothers or something, or what does that mean? Small channel. You're a trader on. Okay, so you understand as a trader. So like I trade using my algos. So I was in a short trade on Bitcoin, but my medium term algos went bullish on me. So I go with the if I have multiple ones being bullish, right? So 8 hour, 10 hour, 12 hour, 18 hour, they all say it's going bullish now. Not to say it's flipped bullish completely, because the daily chart is still bearish. So once I see that, then I'm like, okay, I need to get out of the short and then see about a re-entry. Shrey TV. Okay, I'll check it out, man. I'm actually gonna have to. I'm gonna write that down on my board right after we get going here, man. I'm gonna write that down on my board. Anyhow, guys, I got 20 of you here. I'm glad that you guys showed up. I hope you learned something, understand where I'm coming from. Did the poll. 50% of you are looking like Bitcoin is going to be doing like maybe 40, 45K, maybe 50K. Okay. And some of you are a little overly optimistic, super optimistic, and you think Bitcoin's going to 150K. I want to make that clear. I meant 2023. So maybe they got confused. Maybe it's how I meant the whole bull run. So I don't want to throw them under the bus or anything like that. So, all right, Julius, I'm glad you liked it, man. Good to see you here. You're one of the few. You're one of the few where your name is the same on Twitter as it is on YouTube, man. So I know who I'm talking to. And I think Sang Freud is too. Sang Freud. You know, when I look at your name, man, you know what I think of? Sigmund Freud. It just reminds me of Sigmund Freud. I don't know. Are you a psychologist, man, or a psychiatrist or something like that? All right, guys. I had a good stream with you guys too. Hope you guys learned something. And like I said, guys, in the smaller cap cryptos, be careful out there. Be careful in those smaller cap cryptos, guys. All right. There's a lot more people getting wrecked. You don't hear about the people getting wrecked out there on CT. All right, guys. Take care, guys. Bye bye.